Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. Get yourself your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's get started with today's story. If you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to like and share. You never know, you might be the reason this message reaches someone who truly needs it. May Allah reward you, Allahumma ameen. I received a question recently that connects so well with this story. I felt it was a good idea to answer it here. The message was, you mentioned in one of your videos, hand it over to Allah. What does that actually mean, and how do we do it? That's a great question. This person is referring to times when we face problems, have tried every solution, and nothing seems to work. When there is no clear way to fix the situation. In those moments, I always recommend handing it over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning leaving the matter to Allah and trusting that He will take care of it. Handing it over to Allah means demonstrating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you truly trust Him and believe that He will resolve your problem. This is not just something we say with our words. It's something we practice through our actions and state of heart. Allah sees and knows your heart. You cannot claim to trust Allah while constantly living in stress, fear, and worry. True trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows itself through calmness, surrender, and reliance on Him. Once you sincerely do this, and Allah knows when it is sincere, that is when Allah takes over. And when Allah takes over, He will surprise you in ways you never imagined possible. You must demonstrate your trust and reliance on Allah first, though, before anything changes. Allah has always blessed me beyond my expectations whenever I have fully trusted and relied on Him. You may be thinking that's easier said than done, and I would agree with you. It takes practice and intentional effort, but it's so worth it. It will save you from heartache, stress, and constant worry, and it will free you from dependence on others who cannot truly provide solutions. Hopefully that answers your question, inshallah. I also wanted to share this important element, which I often notice. As humans, we often look for ourselves in a story. We want to relate to it directly. Many times, however, we are not in the exact same situation. Still, every story holds value. When you focus on the nature of the struggle, the relief, and the method shared within the story, you can apply those lessons to your own circumstances and relate to it in a meaningful way. For example, this woman is married. You may not be, so at first the story might feel unrelatable. But when you look beyond the details and focus on the struggles she faced and the steps she took to overcome them, you may realize that you're experiencing something very similar in your own life. Her stress and feelings of hopelessness in one area can reflect a situation you are facing, something that feels like a dead end and beyond your control, such as wanting to get married. When you apply the same lessons and approach and place your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will bless you, inshallah. Let's start with today's story. The sister of this story says, I got married at the age of 25. When I reached 32 years old, Allah had not yet blessed me with children. I started to worry, so I began going to doctors and getting checkups. My situation was, one day I felt hopeful, and the next I felt like there was no hope at all. She said, I would go to one doctor who would tell me very bluntly, your condition is difficult, don't exhaust yourself running around. Whatever Allah wills, will happen. Leave your matter to Allah. In short, don't get your hopes up, there is no hope. Then, she said, there were other doctors who would say, no, we've seen cases like yours before. Inshallah, there is hope. Let's begin the treatment journey. So one doctor would say there is no hope, and another would say there is hope. She said she stayed stuck in this cycle for 6 years. When she reached 38 years old, sometimes she would sit at home and say, there's no hope. Whatever Allah wills will happen. Then at other times, she would hear about a new doctor and start running again from one place to another. She said her husband was similar to her. He truly wanted children, but he would always say, I am with you until the very end. Wherever you want to go, I won't stop you. For me, whatever Allah wills will happen. If Allah wills that we have children, we will. If not, there is no problem. So either way, he was content. But she said she could feel that he wanted children, especially when he played with his nieces and nephews. And of course, his family, despite having many grandchildren, still hoped that their son would have children of his own. She said that when she reached 38, she told her husband, enough, I'm tired of doctors, tired of surgeries, tired of running from doctor to doctor. Let's just stay home and leave everything to Allah. She said that she stayed home and began hearing people talk about the virtue of sending prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ and turning to Allah and relying on him. She said, between you and me, I already knew the virtue of sending blessings upon the Prophet. I knew Allah. I prayed. I sought forgiveness. I prayed extra prayers and I was close to Allah, but I wasn't fully convinced. She explained that she was one of those people who knew these things intellectually, but they hadn't reached her heart yet. She knew that Allah loves us. She knew the virtue of seeking forgiveness and sending prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ, but she wasn't fully certain. She wondered, is it really possible that if I commit to istighfar, Allah will relieve me from my problems? If I commit to sending prayers upon the Prophet, will Allah lift my worries? She said many people search for external solutions, forgetting that the solution is with the Lord of the worlds. Why didn't I turn to Allah? She said. She said she used to think doctors and medicine, but never really thought that Allah is the ultimate healer and everything is in the hands of Allah. But she struggled to believe after the doctors had said it was impossible. Then one day she met a friend of a friend who had also struggled with infertility for many years. This woman had traveled with her husband and later returned with children. She asked her, did you do IVF abroad? Did you follow up with doctors? The woman laughed and said, I went through suffering. I went through pain. She later explained that she had traveled to one of the Gulf countries with her husband for work. They had accepted their reality and believed Allah had not decreed children for them. While there, she attended a religious gathering and heard a woman speak about the virtue of sending prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ, how people had witnessed miracles through it. She said she began praying daily at the Prophet's mosque and made dua. She performed Umrah with deep certainty, feeling that she would return with her heart healed. She said, I had done Umrah before, but this was different. I felt an overwhelming peace afterwards. She explained that this feeling of deep peace after dua is a sign, by the permission of Allah, that your prayer has been accepted. She said she asked Allah sincerely for righteous children, and after the age of 45, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed her with pregnancy, without doctors, without treatments, without operations. Hearing her story gave me so much hope. She said, I decided to truly commit, not just know from the outside, but go deep. She created a daily routine of sending prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ using the Salat al-Ibrahimiyya form, which is Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad, kama sallaytu ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim, innaka Hamidun Majid. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. She prayed night prayers, made dua during the times of acceptance, and persisted. By the time she reached 40, she felt immense blessings in her life, peace, ease, and contentment. Her anxiety about age, time, and the future disappeared. One day she felt symptoms and took a pregnancy test. It came back negative. She accepted Allah's decree and remained content. A month later, symptoms increased. Her husband insisted that they see a doctor. The doctor examined her and said, you are pregnant. She replied, no, I'm not. I took a test. The doctor said, you are pregnant in your second month. Here is the heartbeat. She said she and her husband broke down crying from joy. Everyone in the clinic celebrated with them. Allah blessed her with a son. She said, "This was the most beautiful joy of my life." Until today, she remains committed to sending prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ because she has witnessed miracles, not only in having children, but in peace, protection, ease, and Allah shielding her from harm. She ended her story by saying, "Turn to Allah, do not despair, never give up or lose hope. Do not let people's words affect you. Go to Allah directly and say, Ya Rab." If Allah sees your sincerity and hope in Him, He will never turn you away. I am as my servant thinks of me. So always think well of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never say something is impossible. Strengthen your faith, hold on to hope, and place your full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give you strength and make it easy for you and strengthen your faith. Allahumma ameen. That's a wrap for today's video. Remember, guiding others to goodness and the same reward as doing good yourself. So don't forget to share this video with those you care about most. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.